Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tim Meyer, here for the Romeo Sports Recap, powered by the Mitt TV. Remember, this show is available on both YouTube and Spotify. And before we begin, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. I'm Tim Meyer, and today my special guest is Steve Himmelsbaugh, and he is the Varsity golf coach. And welcome to the show, Steve.
Thank you for having us.
Tell the folks out there how you got started coaching golf at Romeo.
Well, actually, I started out, my daughter and my son both played at Romeo High School. My daughter graduated in 2021, so when she was a freshman, she played on the girls' team and was the number one player right out of the gate. And I got to know the coaches for the girls' team pretty good when she was just starting out. So I helped them on a part-time basis as an assistant coach. And then when the boys' opportunity opened up about 2 years later, I interviewed for that job, and the rest is history.
And you got it.
And I got it.
Good.
And here I am. That was 2018, so I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. And that's been on through the COVID years and everything, too. Okay. What's your background in golf? I mean, other than, are you like me? You just go out there and stick handle a little bit, or what?
Well, I'm kind of at that point now, unfortunately, just because of the time constraints involved. But I'm on the golf course an awful lot, but I very rarely have a club in my hands, unfortunately, nowadays. But I got hooked on the game in college. Actually, when I was in high school and younger, I grew up playing the major sports: baseball, football, basketball.
Where did you go to high school in?
Stevenson.
Okay.
Stevenson, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then I was a student at Eastern Michigan University. Okay. My roommate actually got me hooked on golf, and I fell in love with it instantly and have been playing it ever since.
Yeah. I fell in love with the game, and then I hated the game, then I loved the game, and I hated the game. It depends what my last two holes are, right? Whether I'm coming back. What kind of a coaching style do you have, with the kids? What's your style?
Yeah, well, that's been a learning experience, and it's evolved over the years. I learned a lot of lessons trying to help my kids play the game when they were little, kind of cut my teeth that way. But what I try to do is give the kids a really good foundation in all the different aspects of the game, not just swinging the golf club, but how they prepare to play the sport competitively from a mental standpoint and also a physical standpoint. So our season typically starts in November, December. Most kids aren't swinging the golf club until March, right before tryouts. But the last couple of years, we've had a lot of success training ahead of time, getting into the gym, getting into the weight room, working on some stretching.
You do lift weights for golf. So
we do.
I mean, yeah. You're not trying to make one of these DeChambeau guys out of anybody.
Well, you know what? Whatever it takes to build a little bit more club head speed, we're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we start out in the fall working on strength, trying to get stronger.
What kind of exercises? Like, I'm looking for tips here.
Sure.
What kind of exercises would be good for an old man like me to do?
Anything that strengthens and stabilizes the core. Basically, the muscles between your rib cage and your thighs, right? Those are the primary motors in the golf swing. Sit-ups.
Oh, boy.
Extensions, lots of stretching, a lot of glute exercises.
How about swimming?
Swimming's great.
Okay.
Great all-around overall body exercise.
I can do that. We're talking golf techniques. Mm-hmm. And what kind of techniques do you try to teach the kids?
We always try to stick to the fundamentals, right? When you watch somebody swing a golf club, whether they're a beginner or an expert player, like the guys I have sitting over here waiting to come on air with us, 9 times out of 10, if they're struggling with something in their game, you can root cause it to the fundamentals, whether it's grip, ball position, posture, stance, the way they're lined up to the target. Almost always comes back to the fundamentals. So we spend most of the time focusing on that and not so much on the swing mechanics itself. A lot of these guys, they've been playing the game since they were little. They've got their own swing coaches. They've been taking lessons for years. So I try not to impede on what they're doing outside. Yeah. So we focus more on just the basics, the fundamentals, the mental game, course management, really navigating our way around the golf course as opposed to worrying about how we're swinging. what the ball's doing, just focusing on the target and really kind of breaking the golf course up into sections, right, and hitting targets and working on the mental game.
Well, I mean, my mental game is shot. Depends who I'm playing with.
Sure.
I get guys talking while I'm trying to. So, what is Romeo's home course, by the way?
We're playing at Pine Valley this year.
Pine Valley this year. Was it? Did you change? Was that?
Yeah. Well, when COVID came along, you touched on that earlier. We were playing at Greystone.
Yeah.
2020, COVID came along. Golf was the only thing anybody could do. The golf courses, as a result, became incredibly crowded. Every golf course in the area had at least a 200% increase in both league participation as well as memberships. And unfortunately, Greystone just got too busy for us. It was getting harder and harder to find time and space on the golf course. So as a result, we were forced to look for some other options.
Yeah, and Pine Valley. You've played Pine Valley before, I'm sure.
Yep.
It's got some challenging holes there.
It does.
Some elevation. So
yeah, they've been great to us too.
Yeah.
27 holes makes a big difference because they have 3
yeah.
nines as opposed to just 2 nines, which is the case for most golf courses. So a little more space, a little more open practice area. So it's been a good fit so far.
So you're preparing the kids for competition. When you are going to go into a match, what do you tell them? I mean, how do you instruct them when you're ready to compete?
Sure. Well, it depends on who we're playing and where we're playing. Every golf course is different. It's not like a basketball court or a football field or a baseball diamond where they're all the same dimensions, right? Every golf course is unique. So we try to prepare by studying the golf course we're going to be playing. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we're playing at Gowney Country Club in Harrison Township. So what I did for the kids, we were actually supposed to play this match back.
Where's that at?
It's off of South River Road, just off of I-94. You can actually see it from the freeway.
It's not the old Woody's Hillcrest, is it?
No, that one was on.
That was off Moravian.
Yes, Moravian and
Moravian
Groesbeck.
Grove.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Now this one's off of South River Road. It's been there forever.
Okay.
A small private club, but nice golf.
I've never played it. So
yeah.
You guys are Varsity's 3-1, and
That's
the JV's 4-0. Talk a little bit about the season. Looks like there was some big wins.
Yeah, we're off to a really good start. You mentioned our conference record. I'm fortunate that I've got a 16-player team this year. We had a record 36 kids try out. That's the most since I took the job in 2018. So the sport is becoming very popular at Romeo. When I took the job, that was my goal. I wanted to build a program and not just have golf be an after-school hobby like it, I think, was kind of looked at Romeo for a long time. I'm actually trying to build a program. I think the interest has increased every year since I've been doing this. And we're off to a good start.
We had 36 people. I mean, that's pretty good. That
including,
shows some
we
interest.
had 12 or 13 freshmen try out this year. That's the most freshmen I've ever had try out. So the interest amongst the younger players is really starting to increase, which is really exciting. I had 12 freshmen try out. I had 14 seniors, I believe, and a couple sprinkled in between, sophomores and juniors, and a lot of potential.
All these golfers, who's kind of performed pretty well this year?
Oh, gosh, I have quite a few. Well, the 3 gentlemen I brought with me today, Dominic DeLaura, he's been with me since he was a freshman. Dom's the number 1 player on the team. He's going to Saginaw Valley to play next year on a scholarship. Brent Ditchalowski, he's also a senior this year. He came to me when he was a sophomore. I still had the text message on my phone saying, "Hey, coach, my name's Brent. I can't break 50, but I want to play golf." And here he is now 2 years later and shooting in the 70s for 18 holes and breaking par occasionally for 9 holes. So, and then the last young man I brought with me, Chase Leverell, he's a freshman. He's also playing on the varsity this year. He's the first freshman that I've had in the varsity rotation since I got the job. So very excited about his future.
And speaking of future, what about the future of Romeo Golf? What do you see in your crystal ball as next year comes along and the year after? I know you said you're building a program, but what do you see immediately?
What I see immediately is a trip to the state finals. I've been fortunate enough, every team that I've been involved with since I took the job in 2018, we've made it to the state finals in one capacity or the other. There's 2 ways to qualify, either as a team or with individuals on your team.
Yeah.
And like I said, we haven't missed it yet, and I don't plan on missing it this year. So our goal is to always get to the state finals, to win our conference championship, and try to finish in the top 10 in the state.
Well, your junior varsity being undefeated, that's got to sort of point to a good legacy, I suppose.
Absolutely. They've given the varsity a run for their money. The last match we played at Grosse Pointe North, as a matter of fact, the JV only lost by, 5 shots, fellas? 4 or 5 shots?
Oh,
so
wow.
I've got a lot of good young talent, so I'm excited about the future.
They'd beat me and my people for more than 5 shots. You'd have to give us 5 shots a hole with these guys. Your future, does that look pretty bright as a Romeo golf coach? I mean, are you going to stick around and do this? What do you think?
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to build a program, right? So can't do this forever, unfortunately. I do have a full-time job. We talked about that before the camera in the air. So it's tough to squeeze this in at the end of the day, but I love the sport. I love being around the kids, and it gives me a lot of pride just to see them be successful. That's really the way I approach coaching. What can I do to set these kids up to be successful, not just on the golf course, but in the classroom and beyond school?
I know it's difficult. It's not really a big spectator sport, but if people want to go and just check it out a little bit, I mean, is there a way to watch your matches?
Absolutely. People are always welcome to come out. There's no charge to come watch the events, the tournaments, or the matches. We have one tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock.
Now, do people follow the golfers around?
Yeah.
Or that's how it worked out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And typically, how many golfers will golf in one match?
Well, tomorrow we'll have 6 playing varsity against the 6 from Grosse Pointe South. That's our opponent tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have 6 JV kids playing against their 6 JV kids. So you have 2 groups of 12, one on one 9-hole course and one on the other 9-hole course.
And what time do you normally tee off?
Usually pretty shortly after school, 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, somewhere in that ballpark.
Before the leagues.
Exactly. Before the leagues, yes. Before the members and the leagues show up.
Well, Steve, I appreciate you stopping by and give us a little insight on the Romeo Varsity Golf. And we wish you most success the rest of the year.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with some of the golfers right after this.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.
Our first golfer here is a freshman, and it's Chase Leverall. And Chase, welcome to the Romeo Sports Recap Show.
Thank you.
Freshman, eh?
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did you get to make the team as a freshman with all
Well,
those guys trying out?
Yeah. I've been playing the game for a while, and recently I've been able to develop my game a lot. And my main goal for the year was to make the team as a freshman and play as varsity the whole year as much as I can. And I'm just happy to be able to do it.
First thing, you've been playing a game for a long time, so there had to have been something that you improved upon in your game. What do you think you really improved upon the most?
Probably either my mindset or my short game. My short game used to be just horrendous, but it's developed a lot.
You hit line drive chip shots and,
Yeah.
and things like that. How about your sand play? Was that also something?
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
you don't
actually-
have a lot of it here in Michigan.
I've gotten a lot better at that. It's something you really don't think about as much as other things, but it's very important.
Oh, and what are you kind of scoring this year? What's kind of been kind of an average score for you for
This year,
for
I
now?
haven't had the greatest start, but the matches have been like around 40, and then the tournaments, like around 80.
Mm-hmm. What I mean, that's way better than me. But when you and I'll ask the other guys this too, but okay, so you hit a bad shot.
Mhm.
How do you recover your mind and your mindset as to how you're going to hit the next shot? What do you do after you hit a bad shot?
Well, I try to forget about it as quick as you can, and you can always still score good after a bad shot, no matter what. You could make 5 birdies in a row. You could basically just get back in it.
You make birdies?
Sometimes.
Okay. I don't. The only birdie I make is when I hit one out on the course. But so you put it out of your mind
Yeah,
totally, or
not totally, but as much as you can, because you want to focus on the next shot more than remembering what you did on the last one.
what club do you think you hit the best?
That's a tough question.
Or clubs? It doesn't have to be one club, but
Recently, my putter's been very good.
What do you attribute that to?
Probably just practicing it after school and all that. And
I mean, do you read greens really well? Do you have a good soft touch? I mean,
probably the touch is the most important thing that I think I'm good at. But also, like, my speed's pretty good and stuff like that.
and you're a freshman,
Yeah.
so you're driving the ball off the tee. How many yards can you hit it?
Probably around the 250, 260 range.
Oh, I'm gonna have you fill in for me then. I hit 250 and it probably popped a hernia and everything, falling down in the box and everything. But that's good. That's pretty good for. I mean, you're just a
Thank you.
freshman, and
Yeah.
you know, you can score. If you hit them 250, you can score.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a good thing. You play outside the team. You know, what in the off season? I guess you're probably playing quite a bit. Right?
Yeah.
As much as your parents will give you money for.
hmm
What do you like playing around here? Just right around here.
So right now, I have the membership at the Orchards, so I go up there to practice, and like they'll let you get off when you can. And I play Greystone quite a bit at like past 6 o'clock, and those are probably my two main places that I get my practice in and stuff.
You don't play at Cracklewood?
Actually, funny story. My grandma used to work there for like 30 years, so I can
She
play
did?
there. I can play there for free whenever I want.
Oh, that's Nichols, right? The Nichols guy who runs it. Oh, yeah, he used to be a kicker at Eisenhower.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Kevin?
Kevin
Yeah, Kevin.
and his wife, when they were up there for a while, for the longest time. We used to have a golf league up there, but yeah. So Cracklewood's it's a. People think it's you know, oh, it's kind of an easy course. It's not that easy because of all those trees.
Yeah, you can find yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah, I find a lot of golf balls too, mine and everybody else's. But so those are the courses you like. Do you think the greens are kind of fast at Orchards?
Yeah, sometimes, but I feel like they're relevant to where the courses we play in the matches and tournaments.
Okay, and what does Chase like to do when Chase isn't golfing?
It's tough to find myself not at the golf course, but
You got all the girls chasing you.
probably watch TV, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any other interests? I mean,
I play hockey, so that also, I play that twice a week, as much as I can in the golf season.
hockey should give you pretty good hand-eye coordination,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be out there and be like with the hockey stick.
Yeah.
Can you hit it? Can you hit a golf ball with a hockey stick?
I don't know.
Like Adam Sandler did in that
Oh,
movie?
probably not.
Yeah. Somebody was showing me they were trying that, you know, the hop, skip, and the jump there. If I did that, I'd kill myself. I'd be head buried in the sand. But what about school? Favorite
Yeah.
subjects? Any
Math.
math?
Always my favorite.
Well, good. Then you'll be good at cheating at your golf score. Then you take some strokes off there, and nobody will ever know. Is you'll have a formula all set out there. Chase, I appreciate you stopping by
Yeah,
the
thank
show,
you.
and I wish you the best of luck this year. And
Thank you.
you know, coach is talking. He hopes state finals, so
Yeah.
maybe,
Maybe.
hopefully for the team. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yep. Bye bye. We'll be back with more golfers after this.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.
I'm here with a couple more Romeo varsity golfers here, Dominic Deloria and Brent Digilowski. And guys, you guys are seniors, and so you're pretty cool. And you pretty calm out there, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't get nervous. Nobody, not even the birds tweeting, take you off your shot, right?
It happens from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
I get vultures. It's my problem because they think I'm going to die in a course. Best round you had this year?
I had a practice round that I shot 35 for 9 holes, and I shot 79 at a tournament at Timberwood.
18 holes competition, best round 73. I've shot in 66 in Florida, just practice round.
Where in
600.
Florida?
I
I got to find that course.
course in Tampa. It's called Heritage Harbor.
Oh, okay. All right. Really?
Yeah, I played
Wow.
really good.
Yeah, that's when you're playing it like you said 35 for 9 at 9. When I'm at 35, I'm usually on the 8th hole. So so just to give you some idea what we're talking about, how good you guys are. What made you like golf?
I grew up playing a ton of sports. Like I played lacrosse, baseball, pretty much every sport out there. But I don't know, something about golf just got me hooked on and just stuck with it.
And you'll be forever tortured the rest of your life. Of course, you're playing way better than me. I'm tortured. How about you, Dom?
My grandpa got me into it. We went out to not Greystone, Glacier Club.
Glacier.
I was 3 years old,
Oh man.
so it's been a really fun ride ever since.
Yeah, I played that. Well, I didn't play the whole course at one time at Glaciers because it rained halfway through on a golf outing, but it turned out okay in the clubhouse after, so that wasn't too bad. What's your what's your biggest strength as far as a shot goes? What do you think your best shots are when you're 100 yards away, a chip, a putt, what?
I like getting off the tee a lot, just trying to get right in the middle of the fairway. I think I do a pretty decent job of that.
How far do you normally hit it off the tee?
With my drive, it's probably around 270, 280.
Oh man,
280 on a good one, but 270 pretty normal.
that's pretty good. Pretty good. Man, not kind of snot out of the ball. How about you, Don? What do you?
I'd probably, on like a pretty smooth one, I can probably average at around maybe 280, 290. If I'm trying to go for it, I can get up to around 315, 320 if I'm really going for it.
You're going to be in my next scramble. You're going to be the ringer in my next scramble. What about other shots besides getting off the tee? Where do you think your second best shots lie? Best clubs?
I like mid irons, like an 8-iron into a green or 9-iron.
Yeah, I've been pretty confident with my wedges the past few months. It's a part of my game that I've been working pretty hard on, and yeah, I'd probably say most of my best shots come from my wedges.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Chase. Was when you hit a bad shot, what's your mindset for the next shot?
I guess you just have to forget about it. You have to flush it. A way I do that is I just pick up some grass, like check the wind. Grass falls, that shot's over. You just got to move on.
You don't look up to the heavens like in Caddyshack and.
There's moments, but no.
How about you?
For me, honestly,
Throw your clubs.
no. I mean, when I'm watching the ball in the air, and if it's just a shot shape or if it just doesn't go where I want it to, I kind of just tell myself, okay, it's in the water or it's out of bounds.
Oh,
It's
good.
whatever.
That's it. I got to know because this is me. I never
Yeah.
knows where I wanted to go.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, that happened. That's in the past now. Just
So you move
put the
on.
club away.
You guys both move on pretty good then.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, otherwise, maybe cussing a little bit, but then move on, right?
it's taken a lot of
Are you
mental-
more mad at yourself when you do that? Is it especially if you know that you did something wrong, right? Are you more mad at yourself?
Yeah, sometimes you get upset or frustrated. But I mean, that's golf, right? You can only do so much.
Yeah,
Once the ball leaves the club, I mean, that's all you can do,
it's up to the heavens.
right?
How about now, competition is a little different. You're playing other teams like you got Dakota and Eisenhower and Grosse Points and stuff, and you're out there and you're playing against them, but you're really not playing against them. You're really playing
Against
the
yourself.
course. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
And that's why I always liked, like in the pros, they show the leaderboards and who's doing. But I think the guys in the pros pretty much concentrate on what they're doing with the course. Is that the same mentality for you guys?
I would say so. Yeah.
I'd say so, yeah.
I mean, is there some teams you especially really want to beat?
Yeah.
For us, Eisenhower,
Yeah.
we definitely want to.
Are they
When-
pretty good?
They've got a really nice roster this year. They've got their first 3 guys. They've been pretty good. I've known their one spot for 7 years. We played junior golf out at the Orchards, so I've known him forever. He's a great player.
What's his name?
Jacob Sherritt,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's a great player.
Is he a big, tall hockey player? No.
He is a hockey player. Yeah, he's
Okay.
just a taller guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did a lot of Romeo hockey, and when they played Eisenhower, I remember that name. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's strange I can even remember stuff. How
Mm-hmm.
about when you're not golfing? Who do you see? Who is she?
No one for me, but when I'm not golfing, I like to hunt. I like to fish. Big outdoorsman. So yeah, whenever I can, whenever I'm not golfing, I'm probably hunting.
Okay, how about you?
I'm a family guy. I spend a ton of time with family. Almost every day, either before or after practice, I'm either spending time with my mom, or I'm going to my aunt's house for dinner, or every Sunday we have tradition
So
at their family's house.
let me ask you this then. This leads into food.
Hmm.
So before matches, what do you like? What's your pre-match meal? What do you like to eat? Do you have a special one, or is it?
We got a post-match meal, but I don't know about a
We do post-match meals,
So
but
you don't really try to eat that much before match?
kind of whatever's available. And then during matches we eat. Like I'll have a couple granola bars and a Gatorade, but afterwards we get a nice dinner. That's mainly it though.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. It's totally opposite of what I do. Maybe I got to change my habits a little bit. Yeah. So what do you see with this team this year? Where do you think you guys can go? What do you think you can do?
This team is really good this year.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of depth in this team. I can honestly say our entire varsity lineup has the potential to shoot the same scores. Same with our JV. Our JV is really good this year. I think our 5 and 6 spot that's on varsity, and the next maybe 5-6 players after that, it all will fluctuate.
Who's the best guy that you have trouble beating?
On the team,
Yeah.
either this guy or another guy named Aiden. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You beat him a lot, or does he beat you?
He's got me. I've gotten him a couple times, but I'm catching up.
Okay.
He's getting there.
Okay. Well, I'll work very hard and.
Oh yeah, he's a hard worker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I appreciate you coming on the show, and I wish you the best of luck this year. And hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. We got states
Yeah.
in the
sir.
sights, and Romeo will be well represented.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Let's do it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
Thanks. We'll be back with a Romeo Sports Recap update after this.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.
Welcome back to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. We got a lot of updates to do because we haven't done it in a while, but just want to let you know what's happening out there in these spring sports. And we'll start with Romeo boys varsity baseball. That team is 10-9 after losing 4 close games to Stevenson, all by 1 and 2 runs. But they're kind of a young team with only 6 seniors on the squad, and we hope that they will peak as the playoffs come along here for the state. The girls' varsity softball team, and I was out there on Sunday to watch them win against Richmond. At least the second game they split against them, but they're 11-5 on the year, and they're led by Jackie LeBlanc and Aubrey Rich are both batting over 500, and Shelby Murphy has won the starting pitching job. She's 6-1 with 1 save. Sarah Jefferson in right field, though, she's made some great defensive plays out there and has a lot of enthusiasm. That's one thing you'll see on the Romeo girls varsity softball team. A lot of enthusiasm. The girls are having a great time out there. Romeo varsity track, the team had a meet with Grosse Pointe North. They swept the team totals, and some guys and gals that did really well. Drake Van Drysich, 100 meters, he was a winner there. And Ryan Rohrborn, he took the 200 meters, and Vincent Garissimo took the 400 meters for the boys. James Bickle took the 800 meter. Ethan Wilkie took the 3,200 meter, and Darian Foster the 110 meter hurdles. And Ryan Rohrborn, Drake Van Drysich, and Lucas Bulliard and Landon Fetty won the 4x100 relay. And Van Drysich and Ryan Rohrborn, Lucas Brulliard, and Connor Utz won the 4x200 meter. Vincent Garissimo, Connor Clore, Bryce Goodsell, and Henry Terrian won the 4x800 meter relay. Jonas Owens won the high jump. That was great. And Matthew Jacks won the pole vault. And Ryan Warburn won the long jump for the boys. For the girls, Sydney Fabre won the 100 meters. Sam Sackfield, and just to let you know, Sam's a 3-sport athlete at Romeo. Fantastic athlete. She won the 200 meters. Sam Sackfield again won the 400 meters. Violet Rabowski won the 1600 meters. Lillian Deskin won the 3,200 meters. Avery Galuga won the 100-meter hurdles. Evelyn Goj won the 300-meter hurdles. And Lila Babish and Reese Babish and Sydney Fabry and Josie Finkbeiner won the 4x100 relays. Lila Babish and Evelyn Goj and Sydney Fabry and Josie Finkbeiner won the 4x200 relays. Evelyn D'Angelo won the 800-meter relay, and Brooke Bendick won the pole vault for the girls against Grosse Pointe South. A great thing. We hope to have the track team on here in a future show. The Romeo girls varsity tennis team, the girls beat Grosse Pointe South last week to clinch second place in the MAC Red. Romeo has only 3 seniors on the team, but they have they're having a successful season so far. We look forward to their appearance on the show. Romeo varsity lacrosse. The lacrosse team is 7-9 on the year. They lost 2 tough matches, one to Grosse Pointe South and one to Clarkston by 1 goal. However, they did beat Eisenhower 10-5 in the first game of the MAC Red tournament. And hopefully on May 6th, that was on May 6th, but hopefully that'll give them some momentum as they complete this tournament. The Romeo girls soccer team is currently 5-6-2 on the year. They've won 2 in a row, shutting out Grand Rapids Union, Lance Cruz North, and the leading scorer this year for the Bulldogs, there's 2 of them, Lexi Meyer and Sam Sackfield. Olivia Luther and Katie Posey are holding down the defense, doing a great job. Also, just a quick mention, Julie Sandoval is a standout sophomore, and she's doing a little bit of everything, filling in when needed. So the Romeo girls varsity soccer team is doing well. Get out there and see them. And that's all we have for this show. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show. I'm Tim Meyer saying good night, everyone.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this episode of the Romeo Sports Recap Show, powered by the Mitt TV. Remember, this show is available on both YouTube and Spotify. You can subscribe to the Mitt TV YouTube page and click the notification bell to stay up to date on the latest episodes of the Romeo Sports Recap. Or you can find us on Spotify and follow our podcast, Romeo Sports Recap. From the Mitt TV, I'm Tim Meyer, signing off with a final word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.